which one would you choose? I'll tell you what I think, not necessarily what I choose because I carry all three, and you might choose all three just like I do. But I want to talk about three things that you could carry in a situation where you might need to defend yourself or your family. These are things that I carry professionally with me all the time, and they're also things that I have with me in addition to what would be my everyday carry, my concealed carry. But you can't take a self-defense tool like that with you everywhere you go. So in some places around the world, you can't carry a firearm at all as a civilian. So I carry one professionally during the day. I also have what we call non-lethal options, and several different layers or levels of force that I would be able to use in order to do my job well. But then when I also am just out and about with my family, especially when I go to places like church is very important to me, that I'm able to protect my family in times that we live in now. And I know it's important to a lot of you also. So I want to talk about these three things, and they're not in any particular order, but I want to make this a discussion. So I'd like to hear what you think or read what you think, especially in the comment section. So the first one I'm going to go over is a pocket stick. And this is a 6-inch pocket stick made in aluminum. It's a hard aluminum, and it has this design here cut into it that allows you to improve your grip. So when you hold on to it, it's not likely to leave your hand. I'm going to show you how to use it as we go through this discussion of the three civil unrest self-defense tools that you might carry with you. These would be part of your EDC, what we call everyday carry, something you carry in your pocket, in your bag, whether it's a backpack or like a lady's purse or a sling bag or whatever people carry these days. I usually just throw this in my pocket. So I have this on my gear that I wear when I'm working professionally in security. And so this is always with me. This is actually my medical kit, but I also I have one that I put in my pocket. There's another, hey Studer, it's good to see you. Studer, thank you so much for that $10 super chat, super sticker. So the first one is the selfie stick. I did put a link in the description. Pocket sticks are really simple, and pocket sticks can be anything. One of the other ones that I'm going to show you today is also a pocket stick. It's a version of it, but this one is made specifically for self-defense. I'm going to tell you why I like this one. It's the width, how wide it is. It fits perfectly in your fist, and so when you squeeze it, this becomes what we call a fist load. Loading your fist with a hard piece of metal or wood, in this case metal, it allows you to strike with a lot more force. So when you throw simple punches, like a simple straight punch, like a jab to the chin, or a hook punch to the side of the chin or the head or into the neck or into the ribs, into the body, or maybe it's an uppercut coming up under the chin, driving forward and in, or maybe it's a cross punch coming across your body, which is another just straight punch. They're both jabs, whether it's a front hand punch or a backhand punch coming across the body. Now the other one that I have, it's made by the same company. It's 8 inches. This one's 6. I like this one because it's compact. It fits in my gear. The other one I leave in the console of my car. So the second way you use this fist load in the discussion, remember the discussion where I'm asking you to comment in the comment section, is your opinion of them. Do you carry them? Do you like the idea of it? Would you carry one? And again, if you want to see specifically how it's made and all the attributes and the cost, they're not very expensive. There's a link in the description below. But the fist load is the first way to use it. The second way is using the side, which is going to come out of your pinky. Now from this position, you can back fist and strike into the soft tissue on the body, whether it's the temple or the jaw, into the neck. Right here is a good place to strike for self-defense. Coming down over the top into his face for self-defense, or into the top of his chest, or maybe he's holding on, he won't let go, and driving it into that soft tissue on his arm. Maybe it's into the ribs. Maybe he's taller than you or he's on top of you and striking this way. So these are all hammer fist, back fist types of strikes. You can also strike the guy behind you this way or coming down into the groin. So the second way that you would use this selfie stick, the Japanese, the Okinawans refer to this as the Yawara. I just call it a pocket stick. The second way to use it is that jabbing. The first way is punching as a fist load, making your fist heavier and then keeping your knuckles from compressing. And there will be comments in the comment section where someone will say, you're just gonna break your fingers. And no, you won't. I punch with this again over and over and over. I've been testing it again for months and months now. Just every chance I get in front of a bag, in front of a surface that I can punch, sometimes trees, because that's how I am wired. And I'll hit with as much force as I can generate, and I'm not breaking my fingers. I don't think you're gonna break your fingers unless you have some kind of frailty issue like osteoporosis. And in that case, you should be working on osteoporosis. Fix the osteoporosis, get your bone strength back, and then you can use it as a fist load. The third way is using the side coming out of your thumb and just jabbing straight in. Now you can also, this is one technique that I love to teach, especially people who are a little bit older, who are not as powerful as they used to be, is turning through your shoulders and hips and using this long lever from your shoulder, really from your spine, going down the arm into the fist, and there it is coming out the end, and turning your whole body and striking this way into the temple, into the jaw, into the neck, into the ribs, into the body for self-defense. You can also use it as a pressure point tool. So pressure points on the body, soft tissue where there are lots of nerves, into the face. This is a really good one. Pressing in, someone's coming on top of you and you're pushing them back for self-defense, get them off of you. Into the face this way, into the neck, of course, in this way, that's going to cause him to gag. And if he doesn't let go, that could collapse the cartilage in his neck. That would be a fatal strike. But if it's life or death, he's coming after you. We're talking about civil unrest. You find yourself in a situation where people are coming after you, trying to take away your life, your freedom, your dignity, maybe hurting your family, your wife, your child, God forbid, your grandchild, and you have to defend yourself. That might be a target that you would strike into the solar plexus where you knock his wind out, into the top of the chest where there are a bunch of nerves. Again, maybe he's holding on to you or somebody else won't let go of your child, and you drive that into the nerves in there. And so by using your thumb and applying that pressure, your hands are soft, no matter how hard your hands are. You might be a worker and you have really hard hands, but your hands are softer than this piece of aluminum on the selfie stick. So you're not going to be able to apply enough pressure. If you're like me and you train your hands a lot and you train your grip, and I've got this new grip trainer device that I love. I'm going to talk about that at some point because I think, we know that grip strength is a predictor of good health as we get older, but it's also extremely valuable for self-defense for many reasons, whether you're a striker or a grappler or you use weapons for self-defense like I do. But using this coming out of your hand, pressing, is a lot stronger than however much power you can create in your hands. So the first option, and I'd love to hear your opinion on all three. Which one would you choose? Would you choose one over the other? Or like me, would you carry all three and see the value in all three? But is a pocket stick, and this version is called the selfie stick. There is a link below. I think it's one of the best self-defense tools on the market right now. It's a whole new product. It just came out recently, and I've been giving to people and then getting people to buy them. And everybody who has gotten them so far loves them. They absolutely love them. They see the value immediately. The weight of it, the feel of it, the way that it's designed and this pattern is cut in. I forget the name of the pattern. You can put that in the comment section if you remember. But what that pattern is called from like a machine, if you're a machinist and you would cut that in to this hard piece of aluminum. So you've got the striking, you've got the back fist motion or hammer strike, and then you have striking from the thumb. So 3 separate ways to use this pocket stick. Now the second is also going to be a type of pocket stick, or yawara, that Japanese Okinawan yawara, striking, but it's lighter. And I saw this particular brand. We contract with a lot of local law enforcement for daily security, and then when we have big events. So we had a bigger event, we had a lot of guys coming in from different departments, and we're standing around at this event that I was providing security for, and all the police officers from different departments each had they were wearing things on their vests. And I've always been a fan of a tactical pin. This is a tactical pin or a self-defense pin, but they all have the same brand. And this one is called the Atomic I'm trying to find it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but the Atomic Bear, and this is, I think, the second link in the description. There's one of the links in the description. And, so it has the stylus on the end. If you need to use it on your phone, it unscrews, and then it has ink in it if you need to write with it. But the reason that we all carry these, and I now carry this on my plate carrier on my vest, this tip here is a window breaker. So especially down here in South Florida, we have a lot of canals. Sadly, there was a story, I think 2 days ago, there was a story at Mar-a-Lago, but then the same day that the incident happened at Mar-a-Lago, there was another person close to there who went into the water, flipped upside down and drowned, couldn't get out of his car. And this is something that you can carry with you wherever you are. And if you do go into a body of water, you take it firmly in your hand and just strike really fast. That all of force is concentrated there in the tip, and that will break, this tip will break the window. And one of the law enforcement guys, one of the cops said to me, he said, I took it to the junkyard. He said, I had to test it. He said, so I took it to the junkyard, I bought a window, and they said, yeah, you can have that window to break. And he went over and he broke it. And I've broken windows with these before, a long time ago. I know they work. So this is the second choice. Now this you would use similar to the selfie stick, but again, this one is going to be more effective for self-defense. And I want to see in the comment section, what do you think? Do you choose this or do you choose this? One of the benefits here is that you can write with it. It has the window breaker that the other one doesn't, but you can squeeze it. There's your fist load, but you're not going to have as much power in your punch as you would with this thicker piece, heavier piece of metal. So benefit of this, heavier metal, harder punches. Benefit of this, you got the window breaker and you can write with it, or you can use it on your iPad or your phone or whatever, because it's got that stylus there. Now they do have different versions. Some have lights in them. They have like a seatbelt cutter in some of them. They have different features. And I've seen them $200-300. You can get them really fancy. This is not $200 or $300. You'll see if you click on the link that this is very affordable. But you can use it as a fist load. You can also strike. There's the back fist. And again, it's going to hit hard. It's going to hit harder than if you just use your fist. But you've got a metal rubber stylus. I don't know what material that is. I think it's like a mesh, a metal mesh. But you're still concentrating the force, and it's still hard material, harder than your skin and your bone. So you're going to hit hard with that, and then striking. There's the pressure points. This one will probably puncture the skin. This will puncture the skin. I won't say probably. I'm not going to test it on myself, but I can tell you just touching it there, that's sharp, right? That's that window breaker made in tungsten, I think. But you can, for self-defense, you can strike with it. You can swing it this way. You can pop it up under his jaw in a lot of the same ways that you can use the selfie stick. So in the comment section, number one is our pocket stick made by Selfie Stick, the thick one made in metal. The second one is a tactical pin. Now, like I said, I carry all three of the things I'm going to show you. This goes in my vest, so I can take it out and write with it. This one goes in my medical kit because it fits in there next to my Leatherman, between my Leatherman and my big markers, and what else is in there? Oh, tactical flashlights. Now, tactical flashlight, that's another great idea too for self-defense, but we're not gonna cover that one in this video because I did wanna talk about OC spray, pepper spray, self-defense spray. And I'm not talking about bear spray. Bear spray works best on bears. I'm not talking about wasp spray. Wasp spray works best on wasps. Pepper spray, or in this case, pepper gel, and I'll tell you why I like pepper gel over pepper spray. Pepper gel works best on people. Obnoxious people, groups of people, people coming at you, civil unrest, self-defense tools. You need to get out of there. And this gives you distance. Now, this is up close and personal and will increase the power of your strikes dramatically. This might keep them far enough away that you don't have to punch them and risk injuring your hand, or getting that close, or risk if they have a bladed weapon and you're punching them here and you're getting stabbed to death down there, you didn't even know it. But in the comment section, this is the third option. What do you think? What's best? What's best for you? Because this is really what the discussion is about. I carry all three. Pepper gel gives me a stream of gel that comes out. It has the same effect as pepper spray. I've been told there's a little bit of a delay. Now, I've been pepper sprayed and I've been pepper gelled, but not in the last few years. So I don't really remember. I just remember they all hurt. And I've had lots of OC gas, lots of gas canisters when I was in the Marine Corps, and then when I was in the Army National Guard, when I was a military policeman. We did a lot of training where the instructors would spray the grass where we were going to the ground. Then they would spray us, and then you would spray each other, and then you would wrestle and grapple and fight and try to apprehend people and try to keep people off of you and try to take people into custody, all while the snot's coming out of your nose and your eyes are watering so bad you can't see and you can barely breathe because you're choking on your own spit and your own snot. And it hurts, and it hurts the skin, it hurts the eyes, it hurts the nose. The way you would use it is, if you wanted, you could shake it a little bit, and you have to pay attention to expiration dates. These expire, and you don't want expired pepper gel or pepper spray. You want to make sure, and they're not that expensive. Again, there's a link in the description. I think this is less than 20 bucks. And this is a little bit bigger can. So you flip that up, your finger goes in there, and then you squeeze down and you make kind of like a Z, like your Zorro. For those of you who know who Zorro is, most of you know who Zorro is because we're all close in the same age. But you young guys don't know who Zorro is. You have to Google it. But you go across the face, eyes, nose, mouth. And then, like I said, there's supposed to be a little bit of a delay with pepper spray. But the benefit of this, or the gel, is that you have the distance between you and him. You can do it from a little bit farther away. It will stick on him, and then it'll start to burn. It'll start to do what we want it to. We want to keep him away from us. We don't want him to touch our family for self-defense or a group. And this is really, where it could be important for a large group. If it's on a civil unrest, if there's a mob, angry mob, and you get caught up in it for whatever reason, whether they're coming toward you or you happen to be there, you're leaving work, you're leaving school, you're leaving your house, you have to go to the grocery store, you have to get your medicine, you have to do what, and you find yourself in the middle of it, it's unavoidable, and you had something like this, and the question is, which of the three, palm stick, selfie stick, tactical pin, or pepper gel? And with the pepper gel, you spray and it goes that way and it sticks on him. Now you might get a little bit of a blowback, but not like you would with pepper spray. Now the reason that I use pepper gel is because I'm inside a lot, and if I have to deploy, meaning use my pepper gel to subdue somebody or to make them stop or get them back or push them away, then I would want it to go on them, and maybe it will have to get on me because I might have to put hands on, but not get into the air ducts and not clear out the rooms. It might still a little bit, but not as bad as pepper spray. So that's why there are two versions. Some people prefer this. I prefer this because inside, I don't want to clear things out if I had to use it, and I want it to stick on them. I do want to spray and keep people away. My job in security, I'm not law enforcement. I'm not trying to apprehend. I'm trying to repel, to defend, to deter, to keep them away. And so I love things like pepper gel because it gives me distance. I don't have to worry about what else he has on him, and I can spray. Now, also, obviously, I carry a gun. I carry lots of knives. I just love knives. I've got three. I got three in 3 different places, just in case, right? Just because I take it that seriously. But I also love having non-lethal options. This is a great non-lethal option. And this you can have in a lot of places where you can't have a gun, you can't have a knife, you can't carry other self-defense tools. Now, some places they won't let you have this. And so it takes it out of the discussion, right? You might live in a country where this is banned, but most countries do still allow their citizens, their law-abiding citizens, to defend themselves with things like this, even if they don't allow them to have a blade, or, most places don't let anybody have a gun. We live in the United States. We have the Second Amendment. I'm in the state of Florida, which has what's called constitutional carry, which means you don't even have to have a license anymore. I do, but you don't have to technically. But in the comment section, let me know, because it's a discussion. And thank you again, Studer, for that generous super chat. Would you carry, of these 3 civil unrests, so talk about civil unrest, because who knows what's going to happen, right? Who knows what's, and I pray, we pray for peace. We pray everything calms down. We pray people learn how to talk to each other get along, be kind, be sweet, be gentle, be loving, be compassionate, be tolerant. We pray for that. I pray for that fervently, but I prepare to defend professionally. I prepare every day to the highest level of my ability, and I pray for that strength, that wisdom, that wherewithal to be able to protect the people that I'm responsible for, and then for my family and for my country, for my society. I want us all to get along. I want us all to be loving and kind, but I also am a realist, and I see what's happening, and I see just going off the charts. People are being spun up. I think the devil, the enemy, uses broken people to do demonic things when they have, and whether it's using AI or the algorithm or whatever it is, media, social media, mainstream media, to just push people into a state of perpetual anger and seeing the other person as the enemy, which is absolutely wrong. It's evil, it's demonic, but that's the world that we live in. And so as long as we live in that world, and I'm responsible for keeping myself and my family safe, and then of course professionally keeping the people that I'm hired to keep safe, then I want as many options as possible. And that brings me to another point. A lot of people will say, that's stupid, why would you carry those? I'd just pull out my 45. To me, that's the dumbest, and that's an uneducated answer. That's somebody who really probably never served in the military. Never had to practice with pugil sticks fighting because you're simulating that you ran out of bullets, or that the enemy is so close you don't have time to fire. You just have to fight with what you have. Never trained as a Marine to fight with everything that you've got. Your helmet, your K-bar, your bayonet, your rifle, with or without bullets, with or without handguards because they broke off in the middle of the fight. And so that's the mentality. I would rather have every option that I could and know how to use my elbows and my palms and my fists and my fingers and my teeth and my forehead, and then all the tools that I can add on top of that to protect myself and my family, their freedom, their dignity, their life, and the people that I'm responsible for. And if you believe in the same way, if you have the same kind of mentality, put in the comment section, what do you think about these three? Would you choose pepper gel or pepper spray, a selfie stick, like a palm stick like this selfie stick, or would you choose the tactical pen? That's the theme of this particular video. And when you comment, that helps this channel grow and increases the discussion. I learned from you a lot of times when you write out a thoughtful answer or why you don't think that my answer was correct. And sometimes I'm like, yeah, you're right. I didn't think of it that way, or I didn't have that much information. I didn't see that perspective, and I just got expanded, right? I learned more. And that's why I love this format and this channel so much, is because for years when I had the martial arts school, for years, I'm the expert on the floor, worked myself to a position of authority and leadership, and then moved into my own school and then took more authority and leadership. But I wasn't always right. And I don't want to always be right. I want to learn as much as you do. I want to continue to be a student, be a perpetual student. In Korean, they call it mushim, empty mind, or choshim, like beginner's mind. Have the mind of a beginner, always seeking more information, more knowledge, so that I can learn and grow and not stagnate and die, right? When you stop growing, you start dying. So I don't want to stagnate and die. I don't care how old I get, physically and mentally and emotionally and spiritually. I always want to be open to learning from you and learning from a discussion and seeing more of perspective. I think our world needs more of that so that we can learn how to get back to loving each other instead of preparing to fight each other. But we have to be ready to do both. So pray for peace, prepare for self-defense. Which is your choice. If you need more information on any of them, the link is in the description. Thanks again, Stuart, and I'll see you guys on the next one.